I know it hadn't quite been 24 hours yet. I'm not sure what the sink-in period. How does it feel? Has it sunk in? That trophy looks pretty good over there, Coach.
The trophy looks real good. The part that's the best about this is just watching the guys. You know, they've worked so hard all year, and you know, when you get that last out and you look out there and you see them all dog piling, and then they're getting out of the dog pile. You hope nobody got hurt, but then you look at some of the, every emotion: joy, relief, exhaustion. You know, Tommy Bell's doing an interview after the game. He's sitting on the ground because he's so tired and his knee hurts. He got hit twice in the leg yesterday, and he don't want to get up. So the guy just kind of reached down and interviewed him while he was sitting on the ground. And you know, those kids, they've been doing it all year, but they gave it everything they had, and they left it all right out there. And they left it all right out there in the dog pile and brought home the trophy. I'm really, really proud of it.
Coach, what does this team say for the tradition of ODU baseball?
Yeah, ODU baseball has long been a great program, just not recently. And, you know, when it's 25 years since we won a conference championship, and we've been to a couple regionals in that time period, but didn't bring a conference tournament championship home. And you know, when you're talking about one of the best leagues in the country this year and 4 teams ranked in the top 25, that was not going to be an easy task, and you got to be one of them on their field. So it was pretty special week for us.
Coach, this team peaking at the right time, 7 wins in a row now, or 8 wins in a row, whatever it's at. Postseason play, the continuity of this group. What does it say about this team's ability to go down there and win 4 straight like that? But also, what is it about this time in these recent games that everything has clicked?
You know, that's a great question. We've been pretty consistent this year. I think we lost 2 in a row once. So they've kind of answered the bell all year. And every challenge that's been presented to them, you know, losing the series at Charlotte, then bouncing back and kicking their butts here the next weekend. It was another challenge. We didn't want to go down there and just kind of defend our season and back into the tournament. We figured we were going to be in, but we wanted to keep putting notches in the belt, so to speak. And they did that starting when we played La Tech, you know, on their field twice in front of their crowd. At that point, that was the biggest crowd we played in front of all year because of the COVID. You know, 1,500, 2,000. But they're loud down there, and it took us a little while to get used to it, to be quite honest. And I think the same thing yesterday. You know, I think the crowd affected us for a couple of innings, and then these guys, you know, they start leaning on each other, and they're back to laughing and having fun before you knew it. Good back and forth ball game. Every game we played with them was almost the same game. Fortunately, the results were the same. So, great ball club down there. We just kind of found a way to win via the home run, which is appropriate, right? That's how we've been winning all year. 101 on the year is almost ridiculous to say. Yeah, I think we set the modern record for home runs in the season by a college team too. So
BB Corbats too.
Yeah, with the BB Corbats. Yeah, so it's fun. We're going to a place where the ball travels, so it's a good hitter's park, South Carolina. We were happy to see that.
Is there a way to sum up the season in a couple of words just to this point?
Oh boy, they love each other. You know, that's more than a couple, but it's true. These kids, they fight like crazy for each other. I mean, some days I look out there, Matt Kootenay's got a banged up knee, Tommy Bell's got a banged up back. There were weeks those two couldn't even practice during the week, and then they just were not going to not play. And they lean on each other. You know, there's a lot of connectedness and synergy with this group that it's not every year you get a team like that, but this one is, and it's special.
It's kind of been a year of firsts. We talked about the conference championship, most wins. But you guys are a 1 seed in it.
Yeah.
To see the number 11 next to ODU on that 6-14 bracket, what do you think?
Well, it's really special. I mean, for a mid-major team to be in a top 11 seed and a 1 seed in a regional it's not usual. You know, those usually go to the Blue Bloods. And so, it just says they value what we did this season. I mean, all the numbers we put up against who we put them up with, as consistent we were. We're, I don't know, third or fourth in the country in wins, number of wins. And, you're in the top 10 in the RPI. I think we're 7 or 8 today. So, yeah, we're really proud of it. And it's nice to get some recognition for that, especially coming off 17, where we kind of felt we got, disrespected a little bit. They showed us a lot of respect this year.
Coach, just kind of touching on the Columbia thing again, going there to South Carolina, the ballpark. It's going to be crazy. There's some good teams in the bracket. What were your initial impressions of the teams you're playing within the bracket?
Well, we don't know anything about Jacksonville, obviously. We know a lot about Virginia. We play them every year. Just didn't get to play them this year because of weather. And, South Carolina's an SEC team that was 16-14 in their league. You got to be really good to do that. And we're playing on their home field. So, but we've shown that that's not really going to affect us. And, the one thing I said, and I can't take credit for it, one of my good friends said it, and I just copied it. He said, the best way to get ready to win an NCAA tournament is to practice winning your conference tournament. And when you got to do it on the road and then you got to do it against the host, none of those things are easy. I mean, we had everything stacked against us yesterday. And then you go into extra innings, like you're never going to win that game, right? But these dudes, they just don't care about that stuff. They just play, and, the right guy gets up, and boom, Kyle Battle, he's been doing it all year for us. Just a special kid having a special season.
Kind of along those lines, I think I was just looking at least the top 15 teams in RPI. I think only TCU has more wins than you guys away from your ballpark.
Home road, yeah.
Was that, I mean, I know you put together a COVID schedule just to put it together, but you got to feel good going into this hostile environment, even as the 1 seed, knowing you guys have done it all year.
Yeah, I think so. That just goes to your overall toughness of the team. When you have, if you include our tournament wins, I think we were, 19 or 20-6 on the road. That's amazing. Like a lot of times, if you play 500 on the road, you're doing a good job. And to be 13, 14 games over 500 just says you got a tough-minded group that environment doesn't affect them.
Did you guys not make a bid?
We did not.
Why is that?
That's a great question. I'm not exactly sure. I know that well, first of all, I don't think our facility is capable of hosting. We're not capable of hosting a conference tournament because of some press boxes and things like that. So, second of all, they moved the deadline up this year, and they kind of sprung that on everybody. But they said it was because of COVID, so you all of a sudden had 20 possible hosts to get to 16. It was a little bit of a scramble right there. So both of those factors, I'm sure, had something to do with it.
Coach, what does it say to the strength of the league that the fact you have 4 teams that made the tournament, 2 that got seeds?
Yeah. Well, we've had 4 in the top 20 for quite some time now, top 25, and we're 5th in the RPI as a league, and Conference USA likes to say Conference USA is a Power 5 league. ... in baseball, and we certainly showed that this year. So it was a great league. Watching Southern Miss and Louisiana Tech play a couple times, that was fantastic baseball on Saturday all day. I mean, those guys, you talk about battles, and it was very impressive. Southern Miss is a great ballpark.
Coach, just in terms of logistics, the time on the road, you drive to Ruston. You drive 17 hours overnight to get back here. You're going to leave for Columbia in 6 hours. I know these kids are young and they can handle it, but what do you think about all this time on the road? How does that pile up? Has that impacted guys? How do they rest?
Yeah, we were very rested down there because we went early and got to play and then rest over the weekend and things like that. We'll take it easy the next couple of days. We'll work out a little bit. These guys are kids. They're young. They're strong. We're going to lift some weights tomorrow. We haven't been able to do that in a while, and we'll get them off their feet enough. They'll have their second win by the time we get down there and ready to go on Friday.
Thanks, Coach.
Adam, you want to lead us off again?
There's a number 11 next to ODU on the road to Omaha. What are the emotions knowing you guys are a 1 seed and you're in the top 11, in the greatest tournament in college baseball?
I think we're really grateful for it. It's actually crazy to think about. If you told us in the beginning of the year that we were going to be a 1 seed in a regional, then I'd say you're crazy. But I mean, this group has worked really hard over these past couple months, grinding every single day, coming out to practice, and then just having fun during the game. So I think we've earned it for sure, and the committee has seen it that way. And I'm just excited to get going in the regional.
Kyle, in 2017, you're one of the last 4 teams out. You barely miss it. You're a freshman on a great team. You're a senior now on another great team, arguably one of the greatest in school history. Full circle. Just explain that kind of journey, in a short few sentences. But think about that. Put that in perspective for us.
So me and Brett Smith, we've actually been telling people about that time in 2017 where we got left out. I felt like we took a couple games for granted that year. So I think just reminding the guys that every single game was important kind of helped us find the motivation to come out each game and give it our all. And it paid off, and now we're in the position we are now and ready to make a run to Omaha.
A lot of our viewers don't know a lot about ODU baseball. What would you tell them about this team? What's the makeup of this team? What makes it tick?
I say we're just a bunch of guys that love the game and we love to compete. To put it in a nutshell, we come out each day and we do what we need to do. We love the game, and we put everything out in the field every single day.
What do you think just Conference USA having as many quality teams has top to bottom this year? What does it say about the conference with all the teams in the tournament?
Oh, I love the Conference USA has kind of established themselves as one of the powerhouses in baseball. It's been that way for a while, but they kind of haven't got that recognition. This year with 4 teams being ranked at the end of the year, I think that's awesome for Conference USA, and it should help build all the baseball programs in Conference USA. So I'm excited about that.
Kyle, you said last night when I was talking to you that the goal before the year was to get to Omaha.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can you guys do that?
It's going to be tough. I mean, playoff baseball is a menace in itself. But I think we've put ourselves in a great position. We see who's in our way to get there. And, I'll take this group of guys over anyone in the nation. So I'm excited. We're going to go to work each day and treat every game just like any other game it is. And we're just going to go out and have fun and see what happens.
Hey, Kyle, just in terms of the travel, you guys drive 17 hours to Ruston, you drive back. You got to drive 6 hours to Carver, 7 hours to Columbia Wednesday. Coach says you guys are young, you can handle it. But as a player, how does it feel? Is it more excitement that gets you through kind of the hectic grind?
Traveling, it's rough. It takes a toll on you. But it was definitely a much easier drive coming back with the trophy. That made it go by much quicker. We'll see what the NCAA does with us in travel. I have no idea. We have to drive, and we've done it before. If we're flying, then great. But, we're just excited to get down there and start our run.
Kyle, how's that conference tournament prepare you for what's next?
I actually thought it was great that Louisiana Tech won that game against Southern Miss because that gave us that kind of playoff atmosphere that you're going to see in a regional moving forward in that championship game. That was probably one of the most electric crowds I played in front of, and they were hostile towards us, and we were able to come out on top. So just playing in front of that, I think that prepared us very well moving forward for whoever we have to play in whatever stadium.
Thank you, Kyle.
Appreciate it.
Tommy, we've been speaking to you throughout the season here, and one thing that stands out is just the continuity and chemistry on this team. You guys really put it together in the tournament. 8 wins in a row now. What did that moment feel like to win yesterday in terms of ODU first time ever conference champions?
Well, it's a feeling unlike anyone else has ever experienced here, and I've never felt something like that. It was like there's no words to describe it, really. It's just the most special feeling in the world. I'm just so happy I got to share it with these guys and for Coach Finney and everyone that's a part of the program. It's just a really special feeling.
Could you transition from that feeling into the feeling of today, the selection show, and just the meaning of today?
Oh, yeah. It was a different selection show for us than it was for most teams. We were watching it from our phones and our laptops while eating Burger King, I think. We were on a bus for 16 hours, and then we got to see where we're going to play. And that's us, though. I think that's Old Dominion baseball right there, just blue collar. hey, now tomorrow we're gonna get ready for Jacksonville. So
You talk about Jacksonville, but as a ball player growing up, I mean, Omaha is just this one word. You see Jacksonville in the bracket. You also see UVA. You see South Carolina national champions, but the 1 seed is ODU.
right.
What kind of message does that send, and what does that do for you?
I think going into hostile territory is something that we really enjoy. I mean, we took 3 games from Louisiana Tech on their home field, and I think we're used to that setting now. Not saying it's going to be easy at all under any circumstance, but I think it's something that we can definitely play under, and I think we're going to carry over what we've been doing all year into the next couple games. So.
Were you watching the selection show at a Burger King or on the bus?
We were watching it on the bus. On the bus, yeah.
Tommy, just in terms of the next step, getting down there, playing in the SEC ballpark, the travel, you travel 17 hours to Ruston, you drive back. I think y'all are going to drive to Columbia Wednesday probably. Coach says you're young and you can handle it, but as a player, does it wear on you at all? What do you think of just the travel schedule to get to this point?
Once you actually suit up and go out there, you forget that you just traveled that far. It's just another ball game. I forget all of my physical elements that I have at the moment and focus on what's most important. So.
Can you put into words what this season has meant so far? Describe the season to this point.
Well, I'd say we achieved our goal of winning a conference championship. That was what we stepped foot out on the field from day one here at the Bud. And it's a great feeling to be out here with these guys every single day. And I don't know, we're just really proud of where we're at. And the fact that we could do that for Coach Finwood and the rest of the program is really just something special to all of us.
Awesome. Thank you, Tommy.
Thank you,
Congrats, Tom. Appreciate it. Congrats.
Thanks very much.
All right. Thank you.